Hi, so I'm making my big pot of soup today, and I'm going to, I have potatoes, I have vegetables, frozen vegetables, which I love. I love the frozen vegetables because they're basically they're frozen with all the nutrients in. So I don't have to worry about like all the things being taken out, especially if you're buying it in the cans and things like that. So yeah, I buy my vegetables frozen. If I can afford it, I buy them raw, but that's not very often. The prices are crazy at the store. So I'm cutting the potatoes in bite sizes and I'm going to boil them. I've got some sauerkraut. I've got some of the pork roast. I actually shredded the pork roast, so I have a jar. It's all shredded. I'm going to use about half of it. And I've got a little bit of the broth that I saved from the other day when I was cooking the pork roast. So the pork roast was only this big, and I've got two massive meals. So I'll have a big pot of soup with half of this, a big pot of soup. And I'll also have enough to make some, what are they called? Pork sandwiches, hot pork sandwiches with the gravy. I love that. So I'm not starving in any way. I mean, I eat one meal a day, but you know, the OMAD is working for me. It's seriously working, and it's doing some really good results on my stomach. I am going to post a picture of what my stomach looks now as compared to what it looked like before. I'm starting to see muscles. I can't believe it. I mean, I was actually told that you can't really get rid of some of the pooches, but I have. I don't know. Maybe it's the castor oil. I don't know, but I've been finding that my skin is tightening up, and I've been doing sit-ups every day. I never miss a day, so I do my sit-ups every single solitary day. I've been doing, actually I'm up to 60. I want to go up to 65, and I attempted that the other day, but I don't want to overtax my body until it's ready, right? So yeah, so I've been doing my sit-ups, I've been doing my wall push-ups. I'm finding it harder with the wall push-ups because of the loose skin. But my stomach, I don't have a problem with loose skin. I mean, I'll show you a picture. It's a picture that I took from the side so you can see where the side muscle, I'm getting that side muscle, and it's pretty taut. It's pretty tight. So I'm pleased. I'm really pleased. So I'm cutting the potatoes in bite-sized chunks so that I don't eat them all in one scoop. Yeah, so we're doing that. I'm going to put these on to boil. I'm going to put the broth and half of the pork roast in the pot with some water and some spices, and I'm going to put some sauerkraut, some raw sauerkraut. I'm going to put the rest of this in it because I love sauerkraut, and I don't have any cabbage, so sauerkraut will do. Sauerkraut will do. Then I've got the vegetables, the frozen vegetables in the freezer, so I have that. I also am going to put in a can of tomato sauce or diced tomatoes. I might also put in the no name brand spaghetti sauce because it has garlic in it, and normally I like to use the salsa that you can buy from the dollar store, and that kind of gives it a little bit of a taste, but I didn't get any, and I don't have the funds to do that right now. So like a pot of soup will last me a long time, and we're going into the weekend, right? So you know, I don't have to just stick to one bowl of soup. I can have at 2 o'clock I could have a bowl of soup, and then at 6 o'clock I could have a bowl of soup. And it's all nutrients. So, you know, I'm certainly not hurting for food in any way. But this weekend was my birthday, and so I overdid it on a lot of areas with sugar, not sugar, but like my birthday cake was a chocolate double fudge. And trust me, I didn't just have one piece. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But it was good. I had a relaxing time. It's weird because I had a relaxing time, and then I come home and then I deal with all the issues, right? So yeah. You never know. Maybe somebody in the universe will take a liking to me, and maybe they'll send me a ticket to go to Italy. I want to go to Postiano. I don't know if I think it's in Italy. I'm going to try to rinse these potatoes now. So I'm going to rinse them because I find that when you rinse the potatoes before you boil them, you don't get as much starch. So I had a wonderful walk today. Wonderful walk. I walked 8 kilometers. I did my sit-ups. I did my 60 sit-ups and I did 55 push-ups before I started this soup. So I did my walk and then I did my push-ups and my sit-ups. I was going to do them before I went for my walk, but I thought, no, I don't want to be tired when I go for my walk. I want to enjoy it. So, yeah, so that's what I did. But I'm going to tell you something. And I'm really pleased. I have been doing 60 sit-ups in the morning and 55 push-ups on the wall, okay, in the morning. And I've also been finding that lately I have wanted to do it in the evening. So my body is actually liking it. My body's liking it. And I'm finding that I am actually cutting. You know where you get the shape, you actually get the shape and you can see the muscles. I just, yeah, I'm getting cut. That's the word. Yeah. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm pleased with that. This has been a long journey for me. I have had a long, hard journey. So, you know, I did a video about the person looking back at you in the mirror, and you know what? I like that person. I like the person that I see because I am determined. I am not going to let my illness take me down that wrong road. So it's not going to happen. And that's, you know, that's what I tell everybody. I tell my kids, I tell my friends, you know, if you're having health issues and you want to fix it, do it. Because nobody's going to fix it but you. Nobody's going to give you an answer to your problems or your dilemma. You have to do it yourself. So, you know, the truth is, I was a heavy smoker for 47 years. And I said, I don't like that person. I don't like the way I look. I don't like my hair. I don't like the fact I'm dyeing my hair. I was dyeing it dark colors. My mother had black hair. And so I was, you know, trying to look, I'm just following in her footsteps. So I just wanted the dark hair. It was almost like a forced connection to my mother. I didn't really have a close connection to her, but she was a beautiful woman. Oh my goodness, she was a beautiful woman. In her 20s and 30s, she was stunningly beautiful. She really was. She had the black hair. She looked just like Elizabeth Taylor, and that's no word of a lie. And if I could, I'd post a picture to show you. She did. And she had the most perfect teeth. And so, you know, as she aged, because of her health, and she was a heavy smoker, she aged in all those areas, like we all do. But I wanted to look like my mom. I wanted to have that connection to her. And so I dyed my hair like a dark color. It was a dark brown or a black. Sometimes I even tried like a chestnut brown. But my hair was auburn. It was a light brown with blonde streaks in it when I was younger, and then as I got older, it turned into almost like a light auburn. So it was a beautiful color. But like I said, I wanted the connection to my mom, and I loved the way she looked. She was a beautiful woman. I mean, seriously, she's a beautiful woman. And so I wanted that connection. So I dyed my hair. So I was putting all these chemicals into my body, and when I detoxed my body. When I stopped dyeing my hair and I stopped using underarm deodorant and I stopped using eyeshadow and I stopped using the magnesium-filled powders the aluminum-filled powders on my face and my skin, everything changed. I had tons and tons of spots on my face that would eventually, they would raise and they would elevate, and then I'd have to be worried because I had skin cancer. So I got rid of them. All. When I detoxed my body, everything. I had a big, what do we call it? Like a wart right here, right? And everybody says, oh, it's a beauty mark. Well, there's only a little bit left. And I used iodine and I got rid of it. There's only a tiny bit left. And the only reason I haven't gotten rid of it completely is because I haven't taken the time to do it. And what I'm saying is, if you take the time to change your life, to change your lifestyle, to change the habits that you have incorporated into your life, if you take that time and spend that time focusing on your health, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's skin conditions. I don't care if you're complaining about your hair. I don't care if you're overweight or underweight, or if you don't do something, if you don't make a plan, you don't stick to it, nothing's going to change, right? So if you're a heavy smoker, and I said, the morning that I said, I'm done, I don't care. And I absolutely, flatly refused to go back to smoking. That morning, I ripped all my cigarettes up. I even poured water in the garbage so I couldn't get them out. I'm a 60s child. I rolled pot all the time in the 60s, right? So I can roll a shag. And I was thinking, nope. And I had done that other times and I'm low income. So when I didn't have the money for a cigarette, I would take my cigarette butts, I would crack them open, and I would roll a shag. That's how bad it was. And finally, I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, that's disgusting. What are you doing? Don't be doing that shit. And I said, that's it. I'm done. That morning, I threw my cigarettes in the garbage. I poured water in so I couldn't get them out. I mixed it up so I couldn't pull out a handful and dry it. I was done. And the cravings were so bad. Honey, the cravings were so bad that night I had a stroke. I had a stroke. The cravings were so bad, the anxiety was so bad that I literally blew a fuse. You know what I'm saying? I actually had a stroke. And I was capable. I walked downstairs to meet the ambulance. I knew I was stroking. I got into the ambulance. I walked into the ambulance, got in the hospital. It wasn't even 3 minutes after I got in the hospital, a full-blown stroke. So I'm telling you, if you're smart and you're thinking, I want to quit now. And I don't want you to be stressed out, okay? I don't want you to go through the problems that I did, but I got to the hospital in time, so they saved my ass. And I don't take medicine, but they saved my ass. They gave me the clot buster, okay? They gave it to me in enough time to save me. So my faculties are all still there. I can walk, I can talk, I can wipe my own butt. You know what I'm saying? I was lucky. I could have been not lucky. So, anyway, I'm going to put some Himalayan salt in there because it makes the potatoes taste a lot better. And I don't use ionized salt. I haven't been able to find Celtic salt that I can afford, but Celtic is the better of the two. So, okay, so the potatoes are on. Now I need a big pot, and I'm going to break up some of the meat and put it in the pot with the broth. So, now my pot had the white film in it from the calcium, and I soaked vinegar in it. I actually boiled vinegar in it, and it literally got rid of that film. So there's only, it's an old pot, right? But I like these pots. And I did a video about the fact that aluminum will bind with fluoride. So what I was getting in the pot was not necessarily calcium, it was fluoride. Yeah. And I truly believe that I was having an issue called fluorisis. I think fluorisis, where you have too much fluoride in your body. So I'm trying to save up enough money to get a filter that gets rid of the fluoride, but they're pretty expensive. So anyway, it is what it is. I'll live as long as the good Lord says I'll live. That's simple. That's it. Okay, so the meat was like amazing. It turned out so good. So good. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to shred it with my fingers. I'm the only one that eats here. I'm the only person here. It's just me. Yeah. So I'm just going to put this in. I'm going to put the broth in, and then I'm going to. The very last thing I think I'll do is the tomato soup. I think I'll put the tomato soup in last. Okay. So I've saved about half. And that's all that I need. That makes a whole pot. So I'm just going to shred the meat. And then I'm getting kind of lazy today. So I think I'm going to put the tomatoes and everything in and then just let it simmer until I get a lot of the broth out. Right? So, easiest way. Anybody could do this. I'm not no fancy chef. Anybody could do this. and it's healthy. You know, instead of running to the store and getting the chocolate bar, you know, start cooking your meals at home. Homesteaders do it all the time. I'm a city homesteader. Yeah. I couldn't believe the peppers that I seen that I actually grew. Okay, I'm going to put all my sauerkraut in, all of it, the whole jar. Anyway, the green peppers that I grew and I gave to my friend to put in his farm, at his farm, they are massive. They are just massive. They're big. A can of, these are cheap tomatoes. They're really cheap. So they're diced tomatoes. And then I'll just put in some spices, right? Some oregano. I'm not going to use all of my spaghetti sauce. I'm only going to put a little bit in. I don't need a lot. But don't forget, this soup is going to last me it'll last a long time. It'll last a long time. More than a week. Yeah. And I think I might even make some, gluten-free crackers tonight. So about a quarter of it. And some cold water. Maybe 4 cups of cold water. 2. That's 3. I think I might put 4 in. Yeah, I just gotta mix it up a little bit. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Okay, so where's my cup? There, 1 more cup. Okay, and that's 4. And I want to show it to you. I don't know if you can see it. So now I've got vegetables. So frozen vegetables are my favorite kind of vegetables. California blend. So I put about maybe a quarter of this in, and then I just let it simmer on the stove. That's it. I mean, you can't get any easier than that. And if you want to make like a borscht, kind of like a borscht out of it, you can put your sour cream right into your soup. Yeah, but I don't. I put a dollop of the sour cream into my bowl. Yeah. So we're going to put. Yeah, actually I put a little bit more, so about half of this bag. Yeah. So, and that is it, except for spices. I am going to put some oregano. Some basil, oregano, and black pepper. Let me see. We'll see. Okay, so and then what I'll do is I'll put this on the back burner on maybe 4. I'll put it on 4. And that's all there is to it, except for the spices. I'm going to show you the spices. So I keep my spices and everything in these containers. Cat food. Okay, I do have onions. I never thought of that. So I have dehydrated onions, so I'm going to put some of them in. I got these from the East Indian store, and they're a good price. They're amazing. They're amazing. So, and everything, I keep everything in glass jars. So what I don't put in my soup, I will put in a glass jar. So I'm going to put about a cup. I put about a cup of these. And the rest I'm going to put in a jar. Hopefully that's a big enough jar. So I've got basil. I only got a little bit of basil left, so I'm going to put it all in. I got to get more basil. That's my last of my basil. I have rosemary. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Italian spice that I put in my salads. I'm going to put some of that in because I don't have any oregano left. So I'm just going to put a little chunk of that in there. And then, where's my chili? My chili. I love these, so I'm going to put some of them in. And then I bought sweet chili the other day, and I put it in my food. I love it. Oh, it's so good. It's so, so good. So I'm going to put some of that in. And I need black pepper. I mean, the truth is, you can have a field day with this. This soup, you can do what you want. You know, you can put in what you want. So black pepper, which I stockpile. I stockpile my black pepper. And then I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to mix it up and let the spices get into the soup. This is going to be amazing. Yeah, and all we have to do is just let it boil, let it simmer, and that's about it. So this is my soup. I'm going to try to hold this and show you what it looks like. So there are tons of vegetables in there and half a thing of the meat. It's amazing. So I put the potatoes in. When I put it in my bowl, I'll put a dollop of sour cream in. And let's see, maybe if I put the light on. Yeah, it looks better with the light on. So you can actually see it. It is going to be amazing, and it tastes so good. And I might even make some garlic bread, toast it with cheese on it in the oven. I'll show you a picture of that when I'm done. But this is how easy it is to make a massive pot of soup, and it lasts me almost a week. So that's a good frugal idea. Okay. Big dollop of sour cream, 14% sour cream in my soup. I am so excited. This is going to be a feast. I'm telling you, it's amazing what you can do with a little bit of meat and a can of tomatoes. It is going to be amazing. Okay, see you on the next video. Bye.